Data analytics has become a crucial component of every business process. It doesn't matter which job role you're working for, or you ought to know how to perform data analytics today. Consider a simple example. Let's take a pure operational role like HR. To maintain a pure track record of employees, to tracking hiring needs, you will have to perform an analysis of the employee base. You have to do the math to figure out simple terms like employee retention, and in the case of large-scale organizations, you can't do it on your own. That's where the need for analytics tool comes into play. If you've landed in this video, then chances are you already know how important learning an analytical tool like Tableau is, or you're trying to figure out how to do your first Tableau project. If that's the case, this video is all you need. We have created this video to take you through a very fundamental Tableau project on the HR Analytics dashboard. So ensure that you stay until the end of this video. Also, hit both subscribe button and bell icon for Intellipaat YouTube channel to come across more updates like this.
So moving on, let's see some of the things to focus on before making a Tableau project. However, Tableau does not require any prior programming or technical knowledge, but there are a few important things that you must focus on before creating a project. Firstly, we must understand our project, from where the data is coming and what are the objectives and insights that are to be found out, and what are the different steps you need to follow must be analyzed before starting the project. Business understanding is very important for data analytics, and if you're not able to understand the problem statement, it will be difficult for you to deal with the use case. Once done with understanding the data, the next you'll have to understand the data set. Understanding the data set helps us to examine if the data is accurate, complete, and reliable. Also, it helps us to determine if the data is relevant to the objectives of the Tableau project. We can identify different variables and fields that are necessary for analysis. Another reason why it is important to understand data set is to clean the data, as it is time consuming when it's done within Tableau. Once done with understanding the data set, it is essential to understand the details of the data set, because it helps us to add the appropriate filters. We can visualize the insights in a better way, and once we are keen with the data and its trends, building a Tableau project would be an easier task. Next, we have to analyze what are the insights we need to figure out in our project. This is a business question which you as a data analyst must ask the client or the manager, so that you can build a project based on the requirement. Also would help you in data cleaning. As I mentioned earlier, data cleaning is easier outside Tableau. We need to understand about the project, data set, and the details of the data set. Now we are aware of the data that's necessary and the data that is redundant, so that we can clean before we start off our project. Once we are done with learning what exactly our project is about, we can move ahead and build our project. So moving on, we shall learn about one of the use case, that is HR Analytics dashboard, and we will see how to implement this use case using a Tableau project. As I mentioned earlier, the first thing we must do before we start our project would be to understand the project. HR Analytics dashboard is a tool used by HRs of various organizations to monitor, analyze, and visualize various HR-related data. These dashboards provide a consolidated view of different information needed by HR department. Now let's start off making our project. Now I've taken a sample of Microsoft Excel file. So let me open. So this is the sample dataset that I've taken. I have around 38 columns like attrition, business travel, CF age band, CF attrition label, department, education field, EMP number, employee number, gender, job role, education, and many more. And there are around 1400 rows in the dataset. We must study the data thoroughly, and in this, the data is already clean. But if in case you find the data to be redundant, then I would suggest you to check the data and make it appropriate so that the insights we get would be accurate. So now let's start off with our project. Firstly, download and install Tableau on your device and do the required steps for signing in. Once done with that, we'll start making our dashboard. Here we have a Microsoft Excel file. So I've taken the option as Microsoft Excel and I've opened this. These are the metadata. And here in this one, we have around 1400 rows in the data set. And also it has 38 columns, that is attrition, business travel, CF age band, CF attrition label, department, education field, employee number, then employee name, gender, job role, overtime. There are multiple rows and many more. So then this is a sample data set that I've taken. And now let's start making our project. Firstly, we go to sheet 1 and then I'll name it as KPI. So it is named as KPI. And then we need something called as the employee count. So we got an employee count and let us put it to the row. We get it this way, but I don't want it here. I just need the count. So let me take this and put it onto the text. I've got it like this. Let me change it to text. So we got the total number of data employees, that is 1470. And then once done with this, we need something called as attrition. So what is attrition? It says if the employee is there in the company, if he's still working or not. In this column, we either have yes or no. Let me show you. So here in attrition, we have it as yes or no. So if the value is yes, then it will be 1. And if the value is no, then it will be 0. For doing the calculation, we'll have to write a small line of code. We go here. We go to this one and then we have something as create calculated field. I would name it as attrition count. And how do we find attrition counters? We write a if-else statement. That is, if attrition is equal to, we can write it in double quote or single quote, yes, then it will be 1, else 0, and we end it. Okay, we got it here. So let us search for our attrition count. We got our attrition count, and here we have a small equal to sign before, which means that this is something that we have created manually. So this calculation is done by us manually. So we got our attrition count. Now what we do is we double click on it. We got the attrition count. And I don't want it this way, so let's invert it. We got it in rows and columns. And then let's give entire view. So that will be spacious. It took an entire view. We can view it properly. And then we have to find out the attrition rate. So for that, again, we'll go and write a small code. So create a calculation field. This time we'll name it as attrition rate. Attrition rate. For attrition rate, what it is nothing but attrition count divided by employee count. In simple words, it's the number of employees who left divided by the number of employees who are there. I mean the total employee. So let's write a code. Sum of attrition count. Okay, there's some mistake. Sum of attrition count divided by sum of employee count. So this is our code. So we need the attrition rate. So let's double tap on that. We got a column called attrition rate, and then after this we need something else called as active employee. What does that mean? That means how many people are actively working in our company. So to get that, what we do is we take the difference between the total number of employees which were there minus the attrition count. So again, we'll go to the calculation part, create calculation field. We name it as active employees, and for that we write the code sum of employees, employee count minus sum of attrition count. Okay, we got it. And then again we double tap on it. We get the new column here. We can rearrange it here. So I want attrition rate to be after employee. It looks perfect now. Attrition count, attrition rate, employee count. And attrition rate. Everything is there. So after this, I need something called as average age. Average age. Okay, we have something called age. Let's find the average age. We already have field called age. So we'll double click on it. When we got age, it's the sum of all the ages. And we don't need it this way. So we need the average. So we'll right click here. We will go to measure. We have the sum and we'll change it to average. Now the average age is 37. Now we are done with this, and next we will have to format all these. For the first one, we will right click and then we will go to format, and in numbers we'll go to standard, and we don't want a decimal point. We'll change this and we'll make it 0, and the same for the other one as well. So we will go to format, number, and then custom. We'll make it 0. Age, custom, we'll make it 0. And this also will make it as 0. Except for the attrition rate, we'll keep it all in the whole numbers. Once done with this, we need another field called as education. Let's go to education. Search for education. We got the education. Now we'll take this education field and add it to the filter. And let us select all of them. Apply and OK. So now we have got a checklist here. And we can click here and all the values will be changed probably. We can display, it's all differing based on that. And if I want all, everything is visible. So we will be making changes based on this. For our entire project, we'll keep education as a filter, and based on this, the entire other attributes will also differ. So then this is our first KPI card that we have designed. The filter that we have used will be there for all the further charts as well, as I told. For that, we will right click on education and then we'll click on apply to worksheets, then use to all the data sets related. So by doing this, all the worksheets will have the same attribute. So now we'll create our second sheet. The second sheet, we would name it as attrition. So this is attrition. And here we need something called as gender. Attrition is nothing but the number of people leaving and per people who are there, as I told earlier. And here to see this, we are actually making a lollipop chart. And here we'll take gender. Based on gender, we'll check if they are there in the company or not. After gender, we'll take something else called as attrition, the attrition count, and we'll put it to the column. So we get a bar chart. Let us view in the entire view, and let us remove all of this. And let's remove this also. And then to make it look like a lollipop, we'll need a circle. So what we do is, so to do that, what we do is we take this and make another instance. So we get 2 instances here, and we will change it to, we go here to the second one, we'll make it a circle. We got it as circle. Yeah. And then come here, we'll make it as dual axis. Both became circle. So what we do is we go here and we change it to bar, and let us resize it. We'll make this a little bigger and this a little small. This looks like lollipop, and after that we'll remove all these things. We'll synchronize the axis, and then we will remove the header. Let us have it this way, and once this is done, let us change the color. So to change the color, we'll go to the first one. We'll take gender as an attribute, put it to color. Oh, and outside. We'll copy, or always hold control and then do this. So we have 2 colors, and then let us edit the colors. For female, let me take it as pink. This looks very bright. We'll take it as pink. And for male, I would prefer taking it as blue maybe. I'll apply. Okay. And for the second one also, we'll do the same thing. Let us take gender and let us put it here. So the color is changed. This is how we make the lollipop chart. So we are done with making 2 of our charts. So next we'll be designing a third sheet. That is, we'll be making a pie chart. We'll name it as department-wise attrition. Department-wise attrition. Attrition. So this is our the third one's name. Here we'll choose department firstly. Department. And we will put it onto color. And after that, we will be going and making a pie chart. Now we have got a pie chart, but each of it has equal slices or equal angles. So we'll add another measurement. Here we can do it by adding attrition. Attrition count. We take attrition count and put it onto angle. So we got different angles here, and then we'll change the color of each of it. We'll edit the colors. So HR, I will take dark shade of blue, and then this one, let me make it a little lighter shade of blue. Another one is a more lighter shade. Apply. Okay. So we got our pie chart. Next, we'll be creating the label. So for that, what we do is we will create an instance by pulling. So we have got our instance. We do it by dragging it and putting onto the label. and then we'll have to find the percentage of each of it. So for that, we will right click, and then we go to right click. To find the percentage, we go here, quick table calculation and percent of total. And now we'll have to press Control and put it onto label. We have got a percentage, and this is how we get. Once this is done, we'll create another table. So here we will make it, we'll choose department. For this one, I'll have to name the file. So now we'll be creating a frequency chart. We'll take a new sheet and we'll name it as, we will be naming it as employee by age group. So we'll be differentiating the employees based on the age group. For this, we'll take something called as age, and then for that, we'll go to age, we'll right click, and then we'll have to go to create, and in create, we'll go to create bins. So in bins, we will not keep it in decimal, we'll directly keep it as 3, and then we'll give it as, okay, we have got our bin. And also we can create a new parameter. So let us create a new parameter. Let's create a new parameter here. Parameter, we will give it as, we will get it as bin size, and we'll give the display format as number custom, and then we will remove it to 0. We don't want it as floating value, integer, and number custom. Okay, done. And then current value will give it as 3, and then okay, we'll give it in the names. Okay, so we have parameters. That's done. So now we'll place this parameter to the column. Let's remove this from age. So we have got it here. And for the row, I'll take employee count, I'll put it onto the row. And we have got our chart this way. With this is a frequency chart now, as we know. We'll do a little alterations for this. Let's hide the headers and these values. So we have got the values this way, and now lastly we'll create another sheet. After that we'll try making a dashboard. So next we'll be doing job satisfaction. So we'll give it as job satisfaction. Faction rating. And for this one, I will take something called as job role. And I'll put this onto the row. Along with this, I'll take something called as job satisfaction, and then I'll put it onto the dimensions. And And then from dimension, I'll add it to the column. So this is something like a parameter, like it varies based on the performance, like the grading from 1 to 4. So this is done. We'll do the dashboard designing later on. Firstly, we'll do another last sheet. For that, the last sheet would be attrition by gender for different ages. So that is our name, file name. Attrition by gender for different ages. For different ages. And here we will take CF age band, and then we'll add it to the column. This is a donut chart that we are making. So once this is done, we'll take gender. We will take gender and we'll put it to colors. This is an automatic. We'll make it a pie chart. Okay. And then after this is done, next we will take attrition, and attrition we will put it to, you take attrition and we'll put it to table. We'll take attrition count and we will put it to angle. So we have got different angles here. And then what we do is we will make a dual axis for the same. Now what we do is in the row, we make a dummy value, that is we write it as minimum of y. Done. So now what we do is, so now we drag this and make another axis. We got two charts. Let us remove all these things. Control Z. Let's remove these headers. And then in this one, so in the marks card, we have two both the attributes here. Here we'll remove all this with this second one. We'll make it plain. And now let's combine both of them. By pressing dual axis. And then let's alter the size. Size for this one is quite small, so let us make it, this variable. And then this one will make it a little smaller. This looks fine. Now let's find the percentage. So we'll press Ctrl and take the attrition and put it to label. We have got the values, and these are not in the percentage. So let's go make it as total percentage, and this is how we get a percentage. So I think we are done with all our charts. Let us make the dashboard now. So here we'll make our first dashboard, and we can set the size automatic. So if you want, you can set the size like however you feel like, however your system resolution is. Based on that, you can keep the size. And for me, I've taken the size, and also you can add the background. So we can insert an image, but I would prefer keeping it as plain. If at all you want to link an image, you can do that. Okay, and let me add an image. So I've set my background, and then firstly we'll start off with making a dashboard. So that we will add our heading first. Okay, I haven't named my dashboard, so let me name my dashboard as HR analytics, dashboard, and we will take our first chart, that is KPI. We'll add it here and let us resize it. It's quite big, so let us resize it. So we have resized it and I'll place it here maybe, and we'll do all the formatting. For now, let me just hide this. Later on, I'll take it. Let's keep it here and then make it a little bigger. And let's format this one. And before that, we'll add a title box here and let's set our title.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, now maybe I'm going to keep something like times two on it. Let's center line it. Maybe this could be a little bigger. Let me make it white and maybe bold and make it a little bigger. At your analytics dashboard, and then we format the thing. Worksheet. Let's keep it as none. And for the rows, let us change it to Times New Roman and let's make it a little bigger. Bold. And let's alter the title name also. Let's make it anything that you feel like. I just gave Times New Roman and let it be 14, 14 is very small. Let's keep it as 18. Center aligned. And maybe white would be better. Apply. Okay. We are saying the KPI. And we can also give the line, grid line. I feel the background is too bright, so I'll remove the background. So, and I will make this to black. Okay. So, this is how it is. And then after that, maybe this also change it somewhat. So once done with this, we'll go to the next one, that is attrition. We will get it here. we'll place it here. This looks quite big here. So let me go to the sheet and alter the size a bit. Let's enlarge it a bit. Okay, so now let us go back to our dashboard. This looks fine. Let's hide the title. Let's get it here, and then let's put the legends here so that we come to know what it is. Let's make it a little small. So after this, next we will take our department and add the department. This formatting thing, you can do it on your own. It's just that how you make your calculations and stuff. Later, it will be easier for you. So department, the sheet name, let me make it a little bolder to the center. And let's change the color. Let me give it as blue. Okay. I think it's occupying a lot of space. This looks fine. And after this, next we have the employee by age. Let's keep it here. And this, we'll place it here. Okay, this is overlapping, so let me make it a little smaller. And this one, I'll place it somewhere here. Okay, this is from the department, so let's keep it here. So then we are left with two of them. Next is job satisfaction. Let's place it here. So we get the list of all the job satisfactions, and it's quite big. Let's resize it. And let's place it here. And along with this, the next one, the donut chart that we made, let's place it here.
Yeah.
So we have it all. And then you can do more formatting format. We can remove all these rows and columns, the extra lines that's there. It's all left to you. So if you go to the columns, rows, none. Just make sure it is all none, because the lines, the grids are shown because of this one. None. None. You can do this for everything. Clear. And then here also none. None. And you can do other formatting here as I showed for one. So this is how you build an HR dashboard. And also we have applied a filter called as education. So that filter will alter all of this. Hope the video gave you a good understanding about Tableau and how to make a dashboard using Tableau. Hope to see you again. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to Intellipaat YouTube channel for more updates like this. Thank you. Happy learning Intellipaat.
Just a quick info guys, Intellipaat offers Tableau course. This course is specially designed to make you certified Tableau developer in just 1.5 months. Through this course, you will learn how to create interactive dashboard and perform data visualization with R and big data from the top industry experts. Not only that, this program helps you clear the Tableau Desktop Qualified Associate exam as well. With this course, we have already helped thousands of professionals in successful career transition. You can check out the testimonials on our Achievers channel, whose link is given in the description below. Without a doubt, this course can set your careers to new height. So visit the course page link given below in the description and take the first step towards the growth in the field of data visualization with Tableau.